Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoot, back with the CPC, and we have Season 8, Week number 1, where we're taking on the Leinster Latias, coached by Owen. We recently met him in the IDM, and yeah, now I think we played him once in the IDM. Yeah, we didn't get a rematch in the playoffs, unfortunately. But yeah, we did play once in the IDM, had a very fun match. He was really solid battle, and definitely looking forward to playing him again. So he's got a pretty scary squad, as you see on screen. The Mega Mawal, Zera Aura, Tangrowth, Snorlax, almost said Slowbro, Almamola, Victini, Piloswine, Klefki, Como-O, Crobat, and the Venomoth, where his Zenith users are Zera Aura and Venomoth. Very, very scary Zenith users. Very, very potent squad overall as well. Zera Aura outpaces my entire squad. Mega Mawal is just an insane breaker versus my squad. I don't really have switch-ins to that or Victini, and have to play around a lot of potential sets and scouting with Zera Aura. It's just a very, very tough matchup here. I think my team's tough for him to deal with as well, but he does have some solid checks and things like Zard and Serp, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on here. Speaking of Zard and Serp, my squad consists of Leinster, Therian, Mega Charizard X, Superior, Tentacruel, Sylveon, Stack Attack, Oricorio, Fortress, Miltank, Alakazam, Pangoro, and the Electrode, where my Z-move users are Leinster, Therian, and Oricorio. And for week 1, we have decided to bring Leinster, Therian, Mega Charizard X, Superior, Sylveon, Miltank, and Pangoro. So our Leinster, Therian set is a little bit different. Being one of my Z-move users and one of the best Z-move users in the game, I actually decided to bring a little bit of a different variant of Landers. I am speedy enough to outpace the Como-O. I don't want it to be too big of an issue. And we have the Yachi Berry, so that we can take like Hidden Power Ice or Ice Punch from Mega Mawal, Hidden Power Ice from Zera Aura, potentially Glaciate from the Victini, so on and so forth. Really nice to have the Yachi Berry with Earthquake, Rock Slide, Toxic, and Defog. He has no switch-ins to Earthquake outside of Crobat, which doesn't appreciate Rock Slide, and Toxic is nice for things like Tangrowth and Almamola, his Regenerator Core, plus things like potential thick fat Snorlax. Like if you bring Snorlax, it's potentially thick fat to swap into Zard pretty comfortably, and then I can Toxic it because it wouldn't have the immunity ability. And this thing is my defogger to keep rocks off the field for Charizard. Speaking of Charizard, we have a Belly Drum variant with Dragon Claw, Flame Charge, and Roost. So we can Belly Drum up, and with a Jolly Nature, so that we can speed tie with Victini potentially, max HP. So we have, maximum bulk, and just 8 AVs in attack after a Belly Drum allows me to Oko with Dragon Claw, a Almamola, and a Snorlax, which is just insane, really, just phenomenal. Just able to knock those out at +6 and sweep through my opponent's team. So the idea would be to get a Belly Drum off, and then Flame Charge to get at +1 speed, and then Flame Charge and Dragon Claw to rip through my opponent's squad, ideally with Stealth Rocks up. So that's going to be the idea. Next up, we've got Superior, Speed Creeping Victini. They'll probably be Speed Creeping Superior with things like Zera Aura and Crobat, so no need to go max speed or anything like that. We are packing the Glare because Crobat, Venomoth, Klefki, very solid switch-ins to Superior. And then we've got Leaf Storm, hits his entire squad for at least neutral damage in conjunction with Hidden Power Fire. So Synthesis is our last move. We can recover up on things like Tangrowth, potentially Zera Aura, Snorlax, Almamola, things like that. We do have leftovers and just a little bit of special attack investment, but we are very, very bulky with max HP. Again, like Landers and Mega Charizard X, afforded to go max HP here with Superior, which is really nice. Speaking of max HP, we have a max HP, nearly max defense, with just a little bit of special defense investment Sylveon here, with the We're actually Cute Charm in week 1 because we did not need the Pixelate ability. Because we're actually running Moonblast because of the Coma O. Because Coma O can be soundproof, and then Hyper Voice wasn't even affected, so my check wouldn't, do any damage. So I packed Moonblast on it for that reason. Wish Protect for longevity, and Heal Bell for the rest of my squad. I don't appreciate being paralyzed, poisoned, or anything like that. Put to sleep by the Venomoth, potentially, or paralyzed by the Prankster Thunderwave with Lefty. So Protect is really, really nice there. Next up we have a specially defensive Mill Tank with the Choppleberry and the Thick Fat ability. This is my Victini switching. So we've got Stealth Rocks, Facade, Earthquake, and Milk Drink with the Thick Fat ability like I mentioned earlier. So Facade and Earthquake hit his entire team for at least neutral or super effective damage. And then the Milk Drink's there for longevity, and of course our designated Stealth Rocker. Our last Mon this week, we're bringing a Pangoro with just a little bit of speed investment with a Jolly Nature to make sure that we're not speed crept by anything, and we can outpace things like Pillow Swine, Klefki, Alamola, Tangra, and Adamant. We always outpace Adamant, Max Speed, Mega Mawwall. We can taunt, Drain Punch, Knock Off, and Rock Slide with the Iron Fist ability and the leftovers items. So we got a fat Pangoro here, but offensive nonetheless. And that's going to be the squad, so let's go ahead and hop into the match and see what goes on here. Alright, so here we are with the replay, and my opponent's chosen to bring the Mega Mawwall, Snorlax, Venomoth, Alamola, Crobat, and the Victini. So no Zeraora, no Tangrowth, and no Coma O. That was really nice to see. But still, threatening squad nonetheless. So let's go ahead and hop into the replay here. My opponent's only potential Stealth Rocker is the Mega Mawwall. So I'm going to lead off with my Landers here. Pretty no drawback for me, as I can switch accordingly and probably have the lead advantage here. He does lead with the Mega Mawwall here, so I am just going to, I believe, click Earthquake as my opponent decides to get up Stealth Rocks here, actually. And I'm just going to defog immediately. I am Yachi Berry, so I can take an Ice Punch or whatever he wanted to go for there. And I wasn't paying attention, and I forgot that he wasn't intimidated, and I allowed him to get a big Brave Bird off there. Big damage there, but I do switch into my Sylveon the following turn. I'm hoping that, he keeps going for the Brave Bird and eventually feints to recoil, but he did not. Very good plays by him to roost there. Expected me to not click Earthquake. I should have clicked Earthquake there, knowing that otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to knock me out. I mean, if he roosted, I would have knocked him out. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to recover health. So we get to this situation where I'm actually able to get my Stealth Rocks up and keep his off the field, but it does take a Toxic to my Mill Tank for that to happen. And I get his Mega Mawwall back to full health pretty much. Fortunately, he gets paralyzed here. A little bit unfortunate, a little bit nasty there. But it only mattered if he went for rocks or, attack me. I guess in different senses though. And I'm able to force him out there with my Landers. And I believe did I double out? No, I just went for the rock slide expecting this Crobat. Anyways, we got to this position here, and now he's at, another very solid position and is able to defog my rocks away. I'm going to go for the Wish here, get a little bit of my HP back. A lot more comfortable for me there with health. And I go into my Landers here as he U-turns out into his Victini, able to go for a free V-Crate here. However, I do switch into my Mill Tank with my Thick Fat ability. I almost avoided 2-hit KO. So I'm going to double out to my Charizard here. And this is where things are going to get interesting. We'll fire off the Belly Drum. So now everything dies. Nothing can survive any hit. Even if he's max HP, max defense, Snorlax here, this thing does drop to, it does a minimum roll of 88%. So, which knocks out after Stealth Rocks. But fortunately, I get a mid to high roll, or nowhere near a low roll, and I'm able to knock him out from full there. And if he wasn't max HP, max defense, then it wasn't a roll at all. So, yeah. Unfortunately, though, I was just in range of Brave Bird, so I actually decided to sack off my Pangoro, sack off my Landers to force out the Crobat, and also get up Stealth Rocks. Unfortunately, my opponent actually goes into this thing Reveals substitute as well, so no sleep powder or anything like that. I'm able to break his sub, but he reveals the quiver dance. And this is just the beginning of the end. As my opponent goes for the bug buzz here. So he's able to knock me out there. I go into my Mega Charizard X immediately, and I should have scouted for this, but I did not. And he goes straight for the Z move there, it blows me back with that, and then I bring in my Miltank. And like I said, that was the beginning of the end when this big bad boy went straight for the quiver dance. And yeah, not much I could do there. I guess my opponent didn't have a poison type move, and even though I'm a fairy type, with maybe tinted lens, bug buzz is not resistant. So my opponent could very well just 2-hit KO me here, and he doesn't. So I do just forfeit here, as my opponent just continues to set up and put me to sleep and things like that. I do just forfeit to end the game. The game was over. There was no need to keep setting up and wasting turns. So I went ahead and ended the game, despite it being against the rules. I knew the rules. Oh well, that's Pokemon. Yeah, so that's gonna be it. Ooh, got swept by the Venomoth. Did not have adequate answers at that point, or at all, really. I guess I could have brought my Oricorio, and that's a reason I kind of didn't expect this. If you look at Oricorio versus his squad right now, it looks really, really nice. Like Oricorio Pom Pom looks really, really solid versus his squad. So that would have been cool if I brought Oricorio in reverse sweat. But yeah, it's gonna be it. So let me know what you guys thought about this match. It did not go the way we wanted it to, but now me and him are 1-1, and it seems whoever has Mega Mawwall will come out with victory whenever we face off. So it's really fun. Yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the prep and plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.